Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. This is a video presentation for group assignment group 6. Our members consist of 4 people, that is Syed Hasni, Mustika Lawiyah, me, Nabila Adika, and also Muhammad Zul Hasni bin Zakaria. So firstly, I'll be explaining about the mean, standard deviation, and the mean and maximum values for the independent and independent variables. So this is the dependent variable, and also this is the independent variable. So for the maximum and minimum values, they are, for the maximum value, it is 104, and the minimum is 1 and 0.92. So firstly, for the mean, we actually needed to find the probability first. So the probability for the penetration per blow, these are it. Each of the formulas are different according to the law, and then for the mean, we needed to multiply the probability with the cumulative blow count over here. And then when we get the sum, that is our mean. Okay, our mean is the sum, that is 43.5210 over here. So next we need to find the standard deviation. We actually needed to find the variance and then the standard deviation. So this is the formula. So the cumulative blow count minus the mean and then squared. So as you can see over here, the formula, and then we needed to multiply with the probability. And then after we multiplied over here, we needed to find the sum, that is 798.3111761 over here, the variance. And then for the derivation, we square root the variance value. So for the scatter diagram, this is our scatter diagram, but I'll be showing you over here. So this is our scatter diagram. For the x-axis, it is represented by the cumulative blow count, and the penetration per blow is in the y-axis. So for the penetration per blow, it is represented by small blue dots, and the regression line for the data is the orange line over there. So from the scatter plot diagram, we can conclude that the relationship between the cumulative blow count and the penetration per blow is a positive linear relationship. The changes in the penetration per blow is assumed to be caused by the cumulative blow count. Okay, that's all for me. I'll pass it to my other group member.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cik Nur Hasni binti Cik Rozali. So for question C, assuming a linear relationship, use the least squares method to find the simple linear regression model. So in the box, this is the total of x, 5050, total of y equal to 93.29. The total of x squared is 2550, 2500. The total of y squared equal to 8703 and 8703.0241, and the value of the total of x y is 471114.5. First of all, we have to find the SXY using this formula, total of xy minus 1 over n, which is 100, because we got 100 of data, multiply with the total of x and the total of y. So we got 466,403.355. Next, we find the value of x, SXX, using EX squared, the total of x squared value, minus 1 over n, multiply the total of x squared. So we got 25247475. So next, we find the value of SYY. As usual, we compute the value that we already got in the box, and then we got 8615.993859 for SYY. So next, we find beta 1. The formula is SXY over SXX. So we just divide the value that we got before. So we got 0.018473. And then we can find the beta naught, which is the value is Y bar minus beta 1 X bar. We just compute the value. We got 0.0000135. The last one is we find the value of y. So this is the formula, and then we got an equation which is y equal to 0.0000135 plus 0.018473x. This is the coefficient table that we got from the from using the Microsoft Excel. And for D, check the significance. alpha equal to 0.05 of the simple linear regression model in C. So we already done with the C question. So this is the significant regression table that we also got from the Microsoft Excel software. So from this table, the significant F is 0.00000049070258. It proved the value of significant regression is less than 0.05. So as the result, we can conclude that the regression model is significant. So that's all from me. Thank you.
For the E part, interpret the meaning of the intercept and stop in this problem. Please comment any impossible event. For the explanation, the linear regression equation for the model is y equals to 77.6184 minus 29.090689x. The meaning of the slope is if the cumulative blow count increases by 1, it is predicted that the penetration per blow will decrease by approximately negative 29.0689. For the intercept, if the cumulative blow count is 0, the penetration per blow is 77.6148. This can be seen for the coefficient intercept goes to 77.6184 and the x is negative 29.0689. The F question tests the hypothesis whether the slope is equal to 1 against unequal to 1 by taking 5% level of significance. The first hypothesis is beta 1 equal to 1 and the second hypothesis is beta 1 equals unequal to 1. This is a two-tailed test. The alpha equals to 0.05, but because this is two-tailed test, so it is needed to be divided by 2, so 0.025. V equals to n minus 2 equals to 100 minus 2 equals to 98. By using the t-table, we got a critical value for 0.05 and 98 is 1.984. Decision rule. Reject hypothesis if t-test falls in the rejection region. Critical value is larger than 1.984. So this is the SXY, SXS and SYY. The beta one that we calculated is 0.018473. The beta C is equals to 1. Perform SSE equals to 0.1247 and MSE equals to 1.2727 times 10 to the minus of negative 3. So I calculated t-test by using the formula. The t-test is negative 138,244.6089. Therefore, hypothesis is not rejected since t-test is less than critical value. It can be concluded that the slope is equal to 1.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zul Hazri bin Zakaria, EE 190019. For the question G, test the hypothesis whether the intercept is equal to 0 against unequal to 0 by taking 5% level of significance. Based on the table below, we obtain that the intercept of p-value is 1.3636 times 10 power of negative 24, which is very small value. Because the p-value is less than 0.005 significance. Thus the hypothesis will be rejected since the intercept is not equal to 0. For question H, compute the coefficient of Pearson correlation and interpret the meaning. We use formula R equal to SXY over square root SXX times SYY. Then we just fill in the value into the formula and we get the correlation is 1. Thus the coefficient Pearson correlation 1 is positively strong. For question I, compute the coefficient of determination and interpret the meaning. Table below is the model of summary regression statistic. So formula of R squared equal 1 minus SSE divided by SYY used to determine. Then we obtain that the value of R squared is 0.228528. Measure the regression line represent the data to interpret the coefficient determination. When the coefficient is higher, the higher percentage will pass through the line is used as guidelines to calculate the accuracy of the statistical analysis. That's all from me. Thank you.
The conclusion for this assignment is by the end of finishing the assignment, we can conclude that this project has taught how to analyze independent variable and dependent variable data. With the data gathered, we have to choose suitable software to be utilized in order to perform the calculation and simulation. The software that we choose to use is Microsoft Excel. It can be seen from the scatter diagram, and regression line linear relationship function is produced. For the calculation part, we get to know that the formula for standard deviation, mean, and minimum. The application of these formulas has made finding the t-test task more easier. Besides that, interpreting the slope and intercept is easier with the simulation in Microsoft Excel. Not to be forgotten, this assignment has improved our knowledge in computing Pearson's coefficient. Lastly, it can be concluded that this assignment is a success. Thank you.